Hi, and welcome to Restaurant Management System developed in Python. This is a new improved restaurant management tutorial that I've put together for you guys. Okay, most of the stuff on it, they are quite easy for you guys to follow. Let me show you an example. You see this calculator here. One good thing about this calculator is we can add and just keep adding. Okay, that's one good thing about this calculator. You see that, guys? And let's multiply by 2, and there we go. Okay, now we can even backspace. You see the last character actually defaulted back to 0. Now let's have a good look at the restaurant management system itself. You click on reset. See, we can enter whatever we want in there. Let's assume we want to put in an order for fries. Enter how many fries you want. Do you want any hamburger? And you want to fill it. Okay, then so in total we have about 8 people there. Let's assume someone wants chicken as well. What about drinks? Okay, we can go for about 9. And there, so all you just need to do is click on total. Here, that's the cost, and that's the service charge, and we have the tax in there. When you add the tax and the subtotal together, you end up with this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight to a Python development environment where we put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Okay, let's start work with a new project. So I'm going to enter in there from Inter. Let's import the following there, and I will also import all of the above. Let's increase the font size so that you guys can see it properly. I'm going to make that about 14. I may have to reduce it as the tutorial progresses. Okay, that's good. So I'm now going to define the name of my app. Is going to be known as root tk. The k is a lowercase. Then I'm going to enter root. That is for the geometry. For this geometry, I'm going to make the width 1600 by 800, and I will make the orientation 0 by 0. Okay, close that. Now, one other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to declare like a global variable there. I will just call it space, and I will say space equals space. If you notice, I have a space in between as well. Now, the reason being, I want my title, this very title, I want it centered, and the title for it is going to be Restaurant Management System. So I'm going to say root dot title, and that is going to be 9. We'll multiply that by the space that I've allocated, and we then add my title. My title happens to be Restaurant Management System. Right. System. Okay, that's fine. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to create my frame. This is going to be known as cover frame, the frame that will cover every single component, including the other frames in between. Cover frame happens to be inside the tools, happens to be inside root. Then I'm going to assign a border of 10, and I'll get it padded by the y-axis. I'm going to make that equals to comma, and I will then relieve it. Let's make that rigid there. And this cover frame, I'm going to round it up here. Just say cover frame dot grid. There we go. There'll be nothing right inside. So that's my first frame in there. Now also create more other frames. Copy that and paste it right in here. I'm going to call this very frame cover main frame. Enter main frame here as well. And this one is going to be resident inside cover frame. There we go. And the changes, let's see, will there be any changes? Okay, I'm going to change the color. I'm just going to say BG here. BG, that stands for background color anyway. I'm going to make that cadet blue. There. So that's the color for that. And I've also rendered it up here. Then I'm going to need another frame. I'll call this very frame main frame. Paste that in there, delete all of this. Delete and delete. And main frame is going to be right inside cover frame. Cover main frame. There. And main frame we have as follows. The border will be 5. Pattern, that's fine. I'm going to get rid of this. Yeah, get rid of that. And I'm going to leave that the way it is. Okay. And before I go any further, let me just run things up here. Dots main loop, which means the system should loop. Okay, that is fine. Let me save this first. Save as. Okay, I'm going to save it right in here. I'm just going to call it new improve or new advanced restaurant management system. Let's say improve there. Right. Okay. Well, let me just get rid of this and this as well. If I run it, because there's no size on it, you guys won't be able to see it, but it's right there. There we go. That's it right there. I can always add width and height if I want, but I don't want to. Just to prove that to you guys, I'm going to enter a width there. Okay, now I'm also going to enter height in there. Let's make the height about 700. There we go. And I will just run it so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay. That's out. Okay, let's get this one in as well. Save. Run. There we go. That is it right there. Okay, but I don't need those in there for now. Okay, I may delete them or just leave it for now. There's some more frames that I need to create, but I'll just have to speed those up and show it to you guys. And right there, those are the other frame. I have a top frame that is a child of mainframe, and frame 2 is a child of mainframe as well, right underneath top frame. And inside top frame 2 I have F1, and F1 happens to be the parent of F1A, F1B, while F2 frame is a child of top frame 2. There. Like I said earlier on, I don't need these ones here. I'm just going to get rid of them. You can leave them if you want, but since I already have the width and height there, that's fine. So I'm going to run it. You guys see what I'm talking about. There we go. That's how it's looking now. Okay, you see up here? Let me enter a title in there. So I'm going to just call that LBL title, and LBL title equals label, and that very label is going to be a child of top frame. Tops, this very one. Paste, comma, and I will now define the font. I want to make that about 50. It's an area, and it's going to be 50, and let's make it bold. Close that. Right, and the text is going to be text. I mean, that text is going to be Restaurant Management System. Copy that and paste that right in there. Okay, this Restaurant Management System, I want the font, I need to be, I'm just going to make that white, equals white. There we go. Then I need border there, make that 10, and get it anchored west. Or I could just leave out the anchor. Let's see how that's going to look like first. And let's just run that up. That'll be a title. Dots. Grid is going to be inside rule 0, comma, and column equals 0 as well. I can even say, let me set the padding so that I can get it centered properly. That would be equal. So I want to make that 100. There we go. So let me run it and see how that's going to look like. Run. There we go. That's it. Right. It's dead centered, but the back color, I don't like that. I'm going to change the back color. Let's just say BG. That's it. I'm going to copy this and just maybe paste it somewhere here. There. Now run. Okay. Alright, that's fine. See here, that's where my calculator is going to be. In the case of the calculator, I already have it on YouTube. I'm just going to copy that and paste it in here. Okay, let me show you guys the calculator I'm talking about. So let's open it up. I think it was created 3 days ago or 2 days ago. That's the calculator. It's already on YouTube. So I'm just going to copy everything in there. That is it. So let's copy this. Close that. And now we delete a couple of stuff from it. Just grab it from here, take it right away down. Okay, copy it all, copy. And this calculator, like I said, is already on YouTube. So if you want to know how to create a calculator, the tutorial is there. And I will also include the link to the tutorial for you guys. Okay, on the description area. So that is the calculator. However, I'm going to delete these ones from this very calculator that I'm about to create now. Alright, that is it. So minimize that and let's paste it right underneath here. Oh, there's something I want, because I want this to be, it's going to be inside F2. Since my calculator is going to be inside F2, I have to change the frame. So let's press Ctrl N and open another page, paste that in there, Ctrl H. I'm going to grab this mainframe, copy, press Ctrl H, paste that in there, and just change this, enter F2 there, so that all the frames that is known as mainframe will be changed to F2. So replace all. That's it, done. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need that, and I don't need any of these. There, select all, copy, and paste it right underneath here. There we go. So the calculator is right here now. That is it, guys. Yeah, it's right there. And there we go, guys. And this, I'm going to run it so that I show you guys what I don't need on the calculator run. I don't need a square, don't need that, don't need this, don't need this, but it does works. Okay, I don't need any of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 are not needed. Let's equal somewhere down there. Okay, let me get rid of this one that I don't need. Okay, so let's come back in here and let's look for those buttons right here. Those buttons, there they are. Delete. That is square, cosine, tangent, and sine. Get rid of them. And I also have their function up here. There we go. Get rid of those 4 functions. Okay, let's run it again and see. There. Okay, I'm now going to find a way and just move this up. Right, close that. Okay guys, underneath the calculator codes, I'm going to create some widget there. Okay, so that we can populate this area of it. So let's come down here, but first of all I'm going to declare some variables. So the first one I'm going to call it random or ran, and let's just say string there. And the next one I'm going to call it fries. Fries is going to be string as well. There we go. Let's go for burger. There. Just let's speed that up. Just declaration. And right there, those are all the variables that I intend to use. I'm going to be using this one for the combo box. Okay, and I've just initialized those variables with this. Okay, now underneath here, and I want to create my, underneath the variable, let me create the following widget. So the very first widget that I'm going to include that would be for the reference. So for the reference, let's copy this label there, copy this very one, and bring it right down here. So I'm just going to call that ref or reference. Ref, that will do. Okay. Call this ref as well, but in here I'm going to have to change that to reference. Right, and the color is going to be, okay, the text color, maybe I should leave that as white or maybe black, I don't know, but I'll make up my mind as I proceed anyway. And this very reference is going to be inside F1A. F1A, that's the name of the frame. Let's increase the size of this again. Right, F1A. Okay, those are my variables. F1A. Okay, now this pattern, I'm going to get rid of it for now, or maybe I should just say strictly equals west for now. If we have to modify, so be it. Alright, that's that taken care of. And let's take care of text box. So maybe that text box I can just call it ref as well, or reference. I don't want to get it mixed up. Reference text box equals entry widget. And the entry widget is going to be right inside here as well. Oh, look at this, that's too high. Let's change that to 16. And I'm going to change, I might as well just copy all of this anyway. Copy and paste it in here. Right. And for this reference, it's going to have the following text variable, and that text variable is right up here. Let me show it to you guys. That's the very first text variable, run. So which means I'm going to create some random generator there. Alright, so let's give that 10, and I'm going to make it BG. Yeah, that's fine. Right, what else do we need? I'm not going to justify this. If I have to, then I will come in here and paste that there. And it's going to be dot grid. Okay, this one, okay, let's copy all of this, paste it here. And if this one is column 1, this one will be column 1, and then this one is column 0. And let's get rid of this. Close this. Right. So I'm going to run that, and let's see how that's going to look like. Then we can just speed up the rest. That's it right there. Okay, so let's come in here, copy, and just speed it up. Paste, paste, and I'm going to modify that. Okay, I've decided to change, instead of label, let me get rid of this one because I'm going to change everything anyway. Let me show you this. See this text box, I've disabled it. You won't be able to enter anything. You will only be able to enter something in it if we use a checkbox. So I'm going to enter a checkbox in there. So let me run it and show it to you guys. There, you won't be able to enter anything in here. Or you can enter something in here. Maybe we should align this as well. Let's align the text to right. Let's see, align right. Text, align that right. There we go. Right. Now, this one, I'm going to get rid of it, or just change it instead of getting rid of it. So I'm going to call that CHK. And CHK here, HK. And the widget name, I'm going to change that to Checkbox. Right. So in here there's going to be a variable. Let's change that to text variable. We make that fries. And right here. There. Okay, so the other thing is, first of all, let me just delete all of this so that I can get it right properly. Delete everything here. There. Okay. There we enter variable. The variable, I'm going to call that variable 1. Variable 1 is right up here. That is it right there. So I'm now calling that variable here. And I'm going to say on. The value on is going to be, on value is going to be equals 1. While the off value, that will be equals 0. Okay. Now, I'm now going to get it in a grid, and the grid is going to be 1, row 1, column 0, and let's just get rid of all of this. Bring this here. I need to try and fit it on one line. Okay. Oh no. Alright then. Let's bring this down. Alright. Okay, let me arrange, just rearrange the whole lot. Bring this, cut this off. Okay. Maybe that will do for now. No, I want this here. I have to make up my mind. Okay, let's put this one here. Right. Paste. Yeah, I think I like it like this. Okay then, let's run this thing and see how that's gonna look like. Checkbox. Alright, that's my checkbox thing there. Okay, let's change this background as well. Or maybe leave it and get rid of this background. Okay, let's come in here. Reference. Press home. It's home. So I can see. Reference background. Get rid of this. Okay. Now that one is set. So I can now copy this very one and just use it for the others. Paste and paste. Let's speed that up. Okay, this is how it looks now. There. Well, let me get rid of this as well. That's the front one. And reference. Okay, this is how it's looking now. I now have all my checkbox in place. It's not finished yet, but for the very first part of it, there we go. Right, let's add another one here. Exactly the same thing. So I'm going to just copy this and speed up the whole process. Okay, the second frame, that is called frame 1 or F1A, is taken care of as well. So have a good look at the lines of codes, and you can see where I disable the text widget, or entering widget is called. Alright, I really don't need this. Okay, so if I need it, I'll insert it anyway. There we go. All we then need to do is to add buttons, but before that, before we add the buttons underneath here, let me run it and you see. You can see the calculator properly now. It's taking shape. Right, let's add button underneath here and just carry out one or two tidying up in that. Okay, the very first button, so I'm going to call that BTN total equals button, and BTN total is going to be resident inside F1B, comma, and let's get it padded. The x-axis, I'm going to make that about 16, comma, y-axis, make that maybe 8, border equals 2, and the font on it, I'm going to make that white. Now let's copy this font, copy that. Font color here is white, that's the font, and I'm going to make the size about 17, and the width, let's say we enter 17 for that as well. Okay, text for this, that will be total, comma, background color, I'm going to make that cadet blue, comma, and close that dot. That's a grid. Row equals 0 because it's in a frame of its own anyway, and column equals 0 as well. Yeah, let's make that 0 for now. If there's any changes to be made, we can always deal with that. Let's get it padded to the by 5 and another X padding here, make that 5 as well. Okay, I'm going to save this and run it and see how that looks like. There we go. That's fine. Okay, you can see that's actually flushed against every single frame. Apart from this, I'm going to have to increase the padding there, the x-axis padding here. Right, close it. Just copy this now. There, and this will be 1. This will be 2. And the name for this, we call it exit. Call this reset. There we go, and that's it. Let's go up here and make the title right here. That's 100. Let's add about maybe 5 or 6 to that. Let's see. Alright, so I'm almost there here. So those are the 3 buttons that I need to change the names of this. Okay, let's maybe make that 110 and see. 110. Run. Okay, that's 110. Maybe add 2 more. 112. Run. Alright. Okay, let's change the name of these buttons. Come right down. And this is exit, so this button will be called exit. The next one is reset. Copy, paste. Run. Very nice. Oh, look at that. Get rid of that. Run it again. Alright guys, that's nice. So what we want to do now is to put together some function that I will use to activate these check buttons or this checkbox. Okay, so that's what I want to do. In here in total I have 6 of those. So let's exit. Oh, the exit is not working as well. So let's come in here. Right underneath my variables that I declared, there they are. The very first one that I'm going to deal with, that is going to be, let's see, I think that's, let's see, okay, that would be fries, burger. Alright then. Now let's come down here. We want to use the checkbox to activate the text box that are disabled. So I'm going to call that function calls fries so for the very first one, the very first checkbox, look at it, the variable in there is 1. So variable 1 at the on position is 1, at the off position is 0. So I'm going to end up by saying if variable 1.get equals 1, close that. Then I want the following to happen. My text box or my text or entering widget is called entering widget dot configure and the state this time around I want it to be equals to normal state. The normal state means enable. If you guys can still recall, the state when the system is running is disabled. But if this one is checked, it becomes 1, and the state becomes normal state. So I'm now going to set focus. Let's say dot focus there. And what else? If there's any content inside it, I want it deleted. Dot delete whatever we have inside it, comma, end. And fries is a variable, so that's the entering widget uses. So fries dot set value equals empty. Else, or we just say else if this one is 0, let's copy all of this. If it's 0 and all of the above will happen, the state will become disabled. Let's enter disabled there, copy that, paste that here. Once the state is disabled, fries, the variable called fries, we automatically default back to 0 there, just like we have here. Okay, now we need to be able to call this inside the check button here. So this check button, I'm just going to enter comma command equals that. Okay, I've just called this function that we've just written now, so let's run it. Run. Let's see what's gonna happen. Check, see, enable, so we can enter data in there. Okay, so let's repeat the same thing for the other 5. So I'm just gonna copy that very function, copy, and the next one is burger. Paste, and let's just change that to burger. Copy that and change everything. First of all, this becomes 2 and 2 here, and this the cost become cost is burger. The text is burger, I believe. I think I should confirm that. Let's see. Okay, very good. There we go. That is it, all done for that. Now I'm going to copy this and call it right inside the checkbox. The checkbox called. Okay, then command equals cost burger. That's it. Right there. So the next one is fillet. So I'm going to copy it again. And come right down, paste, and that is for fillet. Let's repeat exactly the same thing for fillet. This becomes 3, and all of these become fillet. So I reckon, or I believe you guys get the whole idea now, so I'm going to have to speed that up for this very one. There we go. So all I need to now do is call this inside my fillet. Come right down here, where is it? That's the fillet. Come right here, comma, command equals fillet. So before I speed it up, let me run it, and so that you guys see how those 3 works. There we go. We can enter data in there. Alright, this we cannot do anything with those ones yet. There. Close that. So let's speed that up. The other 3 are all taken care of. So all we just need to do now is to call the function. So let's come straight to chicken burger. So let's come right down here. I have it as chicken. Okay, here we enter command equals that. So that is that done. Now I need cheeseburger. Copy. Come right down. We have cheeseburger here. Repeat exactly the same thing. Command equals cheeseburger. Then we have drink or drinks. And no drinks is. So we can just type out drinks there. There we go. So every single function is now assigned to each widget or components. Now let's run it and see. There we go. We can enter value in there. There. And if we uncheck, see, default back to 0. Right. See? That's why this one is far better than the previous ones. Okay. Now, we now need to put together some functions to carry out the cost of whatever you order, service charge, tax, subtotal, and total cost. And we also need to put together these two. Yeah, these three actually. Right, exit. Yeah, let's take care of the exit. That's easy. You guys know that by now. Okay, right underneath here, I'm going to take care of the resets. Or let's see, think of me. Alright, let's use here because it's nearer to that. Okay, so I can just copy it. The reset is going to be, that's my reset. Now, for the reset, I'm going to copy all of these. I can always change it. Let's copy this first. I can always change it around. I'll come right down here, paste. That is reset. And I also need to take care of, I'm going to need total, subtotal, and tax. Yeah. Copy those and just paste it right underneath here. Paste. And let's just modify that. So total or subtotal first, right here. Get rid of the text content in that. Total, service charge, the drains. I think the drains should have a 0. I already have drains in there. Delete that. Then I have this. Then cost. There we go. And what else? Okay, I need to then disable every single, all of these, get them disabled. Copy, paste, grab the burger, paste it in there. Then the next one we have to, let's 4 more of those. Grab, paste, and we now need this. Paste. We now need the chicken, no, the cheese. And the last one is going to be drinks. Okay. Paste, paste, and just change this one to drinks. There. I also need to clear this, whatever I have inside this variable. This variable are the variable I use for my checkbox. So I need to set those ones to 0. Paste. Let's copy this. And set the state to 0. Yeah. Yeah. And that will be all for the reset. There we go. That's all for the resets. Let's reset right here. I just need to get it indented now. Select it all. Let's make sure it's all selected here. Come right here, format, indent. Right. And I'm going to call this right inside reset. Let's come right down here. Reset, and okay, let's just enter command equals reset. There, reset is taken care of. Alright, let's take care of exit. But let's try out this reset first though. Let's see, make sure it all works. Reset. There, it's working. Alright, so let's take care of exit. Go back up here. And right here, I'm going to press that and let's enter function I exit. So that's the name of my function. And I'm going to say I exit equals, click enter, dot message. That message box dot asks yes or no, and in here we enter as follows: the name of our project, and let's just enter those two arguments, name of the project and whatever we want to ask. That's the name of the project, and come right down here and just add that here. As the first argument. The second argument, enter a comma, and we can then say confirm if you want to exit. There we go. And if the answer is yes, we use an if statement to validate the selection made. If that is 0, then we want our application that is called root to get destroyed. There we go. And return. There. So all we then need to do now is to call this. So let's scroll right down and call that inside our very button exit. So come right here, command equals I exit. I'm going to run it. Let's see. Run. Exit. No. Exit. Yes. Okay. It's not doing anything. Let's see. Okay, let's see. What did I do wrong? Alright guys, I'm missing out the parentheses. There. That's what I did wrong. So I'm going to run it again. Run. Let's see. Exit. No. Exit. Yes. Just parentheses. Alright, that's taken care of. Now let's take care of the calculations. Okay, let's take care of the total cost and the reference. Okay, right underneath here, I'm going to enter that. Just call that total cost. There. Now, we'll create a local variable. Let's call that x equals, let's say random dot rand int, and let's give it a value of about 9. Let's say 9,000. up to maybe 49,000 or maybe 400. Yeah, 490,000 plus. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now I'm going to declare another local variable. I will call that random ref. Random reference number equals, we convert that to string, and that is the x we convert into string, and that is now assigned to rand dot set. Rand is one of the variables declared, so let's enter the value straight into rand. There we go. And this, I'm going to have to call this inside the text widget. Let me show it to you. That is it right here inside it. That's the variable that I've just used. Okay, now to make sure the random works, let's look for the reference. That's the reference in there, and right there, that is where I've called it. Text variable equals rand. Now let's go back in there. Now the next thing is to take care of the cost of each item. Now the very first one is going to be cost of fries, so I'm going to call that C lowercase o and uppercase F. Let's say float whatever we have inside fries dot get. Right, then the next one is going to be, that's for the drink, cost of drink. We have to float that as well. Paste and just change this to drinks. There. And what else? Let's go for fillet. Copy that. I'm going to call that cost of fillet. There, and change this to fillet. And what else? Cost of hamburger. Cost of burger. There, and change this to burger. It's one of the variables that I have. Okay, so we now need cost of chicken burger. Let's enter that here. We have burger, no, cheese. Okay, chicken burger. Let's see, do I have chicken burger? Yes, I do, and I have burger. Okay, that's correct then. So let's change this one to chicken burger. Just enter CHIC. Alright, that's fine. And just change everything here to chicken burger. Right there, underscore. Okay, now we need for the cheese. Okay, this will become cheese. Right, and this become cheese as well. There we go. Now I've been able to initialize every single local variable here. So now let's calculate the cost of each item multiplied by whatever amount we have in here. Okay, that's the cost of fries. That's equals COF. We multiply that by, let's say, 0.9. That's the cost of fries. The drinks. Copy, paste, cost of drinks. Multiply that by maybe 120. Okay, that's drinks taken care of. Cost of fillet. Let's change this one to fillet. And fillet, this one will be fillet as well. Let's say fillet is like, it's about £2.50. Right. Okay, 250, yeah, that's alright. And burger. Copy this. Paste it here. Cost of burger. That would be cost of burger. Burger might be okay. Burger is, say, 175. Okay, we have two more to do, the chicken burger and the cheeseburger. I copy this for chicken, for cheese. This is cheese, and change this to cheese as well. And the cost of that, maybe 2 points. Okay, that's fine. And I'm gonna make this one £2. That, and this is chicken burger. Right, grab all of these, paste it here, and here we change that to chicken. Cost of chicken. Now we can just set it for cost of chicken burger. Right. Okay. Cost of cheese. Okay. Alright, that's all done now. Yeah, that's fine. Now, I now need cost of menu. Cost of menu. Okay, cost of menu equals, and that is going to be, I wanted to convert it to string, and I will then enter the following. So I'm going to enter £sign here, and percent dot to decimal place. Right, close that. If you're using dollar, just change that to dollar. If you're using rupee, let's change it to whatever your currency is. Okay, so I'm using pounds, so that's it. Alright, so now let's come in here. I'm now going to enter every single one of these. I'm going to add them all together. Copy that. Let's put it in a bracket. Plus the next one. plus fillet. And this. Okay, and this very one that seems to be too long, and one more. Maybe this is chicken, right? I'm gonna get rid of this. It's too long. Get rid of this. Alright, so that we need some rooms, and that is the last one, so we can close that now. There. Okay, so we've taken care of meal. Now I need to take care of the tax, subtotal, and total. Alright, let's take care of the tax. Let's say tax. That is equals all of this. We'll grab all, paste it here, and let's multiply that by, let's say multiply by 0.2. That's very cheap. Make it 3. That's fine. Okay, can put that in a bracket there. Now let's take care of the subtotal. Oh, let's take care of the service charge first. Oh, undo that. Service underscore charge. That is equals all of these. And I'm going to divide that by 99. That'll be the service charge. That's fair. Alright. Okay. There's one thing I'm going to do instead of reinventing the wheel. I'm just going to copy all of this so that I can get that sorted. Paste that there and cover this here. Right, that should give me, okay, and this is for service charge. Let's see, maybe I should just press enter, close. Right, and okay, this is fine. I believe you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see that. That's fine. So that would be for tax, that would be for service charge, and this, the next one we need, I need subtotal and total. I can use this for subtotal anyway. Yeah, and I can use this, add these two together. Alright, so let's go for total. Total dots, let's say total dot set. Total dot set is going to be, we can add all of these. I need out of tax. Yeah, okay, I'm going to get rid of this first. Alright, so I want to call this paid tax and get rid of this. Paste, and this will be tax, and paid tax is here. Yeah. Then in that case I'm going to get rid of this here, Get rid of this as well. Okay, and I want subtotal. I'm going to use this for subtotal. Let's say total cost. Total cost, that will be equals this here. Okay, right, I can put this one in here now. Copy this, paste it here. Now I need to add cost. I'm going to use 1 for subtotal. Grab and just paste this underneath here. Paste, and that will be subtotal or sub s total. Get rid of all of this. There, and s total. We're gonna then add that to this one here. Then whatever we have in there comes straight into total. Close that. Alright, now we need subtotal. Do we have a variable for that? Yes, we do. Subtotal, total, and tax. Okay, good. Alright, subtotal is just called subtotal. So come right down here. Where is it? Subtotal. And whatever we have in here goes straight inside into subtotal. So I'm going to copy this so I can get my pound sign and close that here. And subtotal goes in here. There. I think that we do. I think that's all there is to it. Now we need, yeah, this one is here, this is here, this is here. Okay, so let's call each of these. Alright, let's go to the the widgets. Come right here. Total there, subtotal there, tax there. Okay, so let's correct some minor error before any other thing. So we have this here, okay, and 1, 2, so this one need one more here. Okay, let me see. Okay, I think we still need to, I need to check one or two things. We have the subtotal, I need this. Copy that. That is the service charge, and I have to enter, let's place service charge somewhere here. There, that's for service charge. Copy, paste. There. Alright, what about cost of menu? Let's see, what is that one called? Service charge, cost of menu. It's called cost. Now back up there, and we need cost. Dot set. Now we'll grab this and paste it right in there. So this should work, but this will not work. That's the tax. Let's see the tax. That's called tax. Alright, we are almost there. So this will be okay. Let's see if it's going to accept it this way. Get rid of all of this. Just close that. And what about this? This is wrong because one of them has a floating number in there. So let's see which one. That is fine. This is wrong. Oh, this is for this. Okay, I'm going to calculate this separately. Copy, paste it underneath here. I'm just going to call it total sum. Oh no, total sum. Total item, something like that. Paste. Then we add all of these together. Then total item. Grab that, paste that here. Let's see if that's gonna work. I'm gonna run it. Okay, run. Alright, enable that, enter the first item, second item, and so on. Yeah, there we go. Decision time. There, that's fine. You see that, guys? That's nice. So, like I said, the calculator, you can use that to carry out whatever calculation you want. Okay, that's what the calculator is used for. So let me show you guys the lines of code that made up the total calculation again. There we go. And there they are. Have a good look at them. Let's take it from total cost. Okay, one other thing that I didn't show to you guys, you see the total cost? I've actually called that in here. Total cost, look at it. You must call that very command there for it to work. So let's go back inside the total cost calculation. There we go. Have a good look at it up to here. Now bring it down so that you see the rest of the codes there. And that's how you create your own elegantly looking restaurant management system. Okay, take it from the top. Here I get the heading dead center. Okay, those are all my frames. Bring it down. Calculator function, a class was declared for that. Bring it down and down again. For the equals operator, backspace, clear, plus minus, and these are the buttons, the numeric buttons for the calculator, and other backspace, clear, plus minus, addition, subtraction, all of the operators including 0, dots, and equals there. And here those are the variables declared. Function reset, function exit, function total calculation for the item purchased, and these are the functions that enable each of those buttons, each of those check buttons. There we go. There. And here are my widgets. And that's all, guys. And there we have the button. And right underneath here I have my root.main. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. Well, have a nice day. Bye for now. Bye.